Today's class is a quick Vinyasa flow class that is perfect for you if you are short on time. The focus is being kind to ourselves and looking after our bodies. So make it nice, mindful movements. I am recording this as a voiceover rather than a live narration because I don't know if you can hear, but my neighbor is strumming the jungle and it's very loud. So without further ado, I will see you on the mat. Come to your mat in a comfortable seat. Close the eyes. Place the hands face down on the knees to represent grounding. The spine is tall, crown to the heavens above. And start to center in on your breath, thanking yourself for coming to the mat today and enjoying this time just for you. And then when you're ready, open the eyes. Inhale, palms up to the sky, and then exhale, bring the hands down the center line. Inhale again, palms to the sky. Exhale, one more time. Inhale, palms to the sky, and then exhale down the center line. Place the right hand out to the side and lean over to the right, stretching that left side body. Grounding down into that left hip, reaching from the waist. Inhale back to center and over to the other side, keeping that right hip grounded, reaching out of the waist. And then inhale back up to the center. Arms come up to the sky, and as you exhale, twist round to the right, placing the left hand on the right knee. Maybe the other hand is behind like a kickstand. Inhale back to center, then over to the other side for a spinal twist. The twist coming from the mid back. Then inhale, palms back up to the sky on the midline and release. Place the hands on the knees and we'll do some neck circles. So just gently moving the head around in a circle if that feels good for your neck. You can always just do half circles if it doesn't feel that good for you. Getting into all that deep connective tissue in our neck where we hold so much tension. Then when you're ready, go the other way. Slow and mindful movement. One more round, then back to the center. Turn to look over one shoulder and then the other. So imagine the movement is coming from the base of the neck rather than just the head turning. Feels so good to stretch out the neck. And then when you're ready, come over the knees and come into tabletop. Plant the hands directly under the shoulders and the knees directly under the hips, and we'll move through some rounds of cat-cow. So on an inhale, the head lifts and the belly dips, and as you exhale, round in the spine into a cat. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round in the spine and return to neutral. Place the hands about one handprint in front of the shoulders and the hips lift to downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out the feet here, opening the backs of the legs, getting into the calf muscle, the backs of the knees, the hamstrings, the ankles, and when you're ready, just start to settle down. Hands are around shoulder width apart with the upper back wide. Sit bones are to the sky. Even breathing. Then bring the knees back down as wide as the mat and move into a child's pose, maybe rolling out the wrists. We're still warming up. Then come back up to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot steps up between the hands. Low lunge. Imagine the back leg is straight and strong with the heel going into a wall. Lengthening out of the waist. Breathing here. Then lower the back knee. Body comes up to vertical. Hands are on the front knee. You can have the back leg with the toes tucked or flat to the earth. Getting into this left hip flexor. Deep breathing. Feeling the stretch. Place the hands back to the floor. Lift the back knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Side B. Left leg lifts to the sky. Left foot steps up between the hands. Lengthen out of the waist in this low lunge. Then lower the back knee. Body comes up to vertical. Hands are on top of the left knee. Feeling the stretch in the right hip flexor. Plant the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, right foot steps up between the hands. Plant the back heel at a 45-degree angle. Lengthen out the waist and come up, warrior one. Front knee is stacked over the front ankle. Arms to the sky. Front ribs are in. Deep breathing. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps up. Plant the back heel. Warrior one, side B. Front knee stacked over the ankle. Arms to the sky. Even breath. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Move forward to plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale through to cobra. Exhale, seat to heels. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, right foot steps up. Come up, warrior one. One breath here. Open into warrior two, so you may need to readjust your feet. Gazing over the front hand. Breathe here. And inhale, flip the front palm, reverse warrior. A few breaths here. Head can be wherever feels good for your body. And exhale, come back up, warrior two. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps up. Come up, warrior one. Breathing here. Front knee over front ankle. Palms to chest and open out into warrior two. Front heel dissects the back arch of the back foot. Arms to a T. Flip the front palm and move into reverse warrior. Come back up, warrior two, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa, come forward to plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, seat to heels. Downward facing dog. Take a free breath here. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps up. Come up, warrior two. Bring the right arm to the right knee and come into a modified side angle pose. So try not to dump all the way into the arm. Use the strength of the core to hold the torso. You can look up at the palm or look down at the earth. Inhale back to warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa or just remain in dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps up. Come up, warrior two. Gazing over the front fingers. Grounding into that front foot and the back edge of the back foot. And place the left elbow on the left knee or thigh. Come into modified side angle. You can look up at the hand or down at the floor, or keep the neck neutral, whatever feels good for your body. Inhale, reverse warrior. Then exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog, maybe take a vinyasa, or just remain in dog, whatever feels good for you. Over the toes and back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Reconnect. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps up. Come up, warrior two. Move into side angle. Keep the elbow on the knee or come into the full version if that feels good in your body. One long line of energy. And inhale, warrior two. Moving into half moon, so place the right hand on the floor, 6 to 12 inches in front of the front foot, slightly to the side, stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips, back leg straight and strong, engaging that Mula Bandha, and gently release back to warrior two. Reverse the warrior, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog, take a vinyasa, and breathe. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps up. Come up, warrior two. Get your stable base. Moving into side angle. Hand can come to the floor, to the block, or elbow to the thigh. Long line of energy. Head goes wherever it feels good for you. Inhale, come back up, moving into half moons. You can use a block here. Left hand comes to the earth. Hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Gaze down at the floor, or for a challenge up towards the sky. Keeping that top leg active. And then gently release back to warrior two. Reverse the warrior, cartwheel the hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa or just remain in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Then bring in the knees to the earth and we'll come into a wide-legged child's pose, rolling out the wrists, taking care of them, centering in on the breath. And when you're ready, return to downward facing dog. Step or jump forward and we'll come to the earth, bringing the seat to the floor with the legs extended in front. Spine is straight. Bring the right knee into the chest, clasping it close, and then allow it to fall out to the side for Janushirasana. Spine is straight. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold from the hips over that extended leg. Lengthen and then descend. Not being attached to how far forward you can come. Keeping that extended leg active with the foot flexed. Deep breathing. Releasing. Then inhale, straighten the spine. Come back up to seated. Bring the knee back in and extend the leg in front. Side B, left knee comes in close to the chest and allow the knee to fall out to the side. Inhale the arms to the sky And exhale, fold forward over the extended right leg and descend. Foot is flexed. Breathing is even. Mind is calm. Enjoying this forward fold and the sense of relaxation it brings to the body. Then inhale, come all the way back up. Release that left knee, extend it in front. Maybe shake out the legs in the hip sockets. Moving into a wide-legged forward fold. So I'm moving to the side of my mat, but you can stay facing forward. Pull the flesh of the buttocks out. Legs are straight and with the feet flexed and tip forward from the waist. You can bring the hands to blocks. Doesn't matter how far forward you come. Descending over, remembering the movement is coming from the hip joint. This is a great release for the lower back. If you like, you can grab the feet or you can just remain folded forward. You may only come forward a few degrees, and that's perfectly fine. And inhale, come back up. Gently rotate the torso to one side and then to the other, just releasing the back. Bring the hands behind the head and we'll fold forward a couple of times using the strength of the spine and the core to help us. So only come as far forward as feels comfortable. This is great to get deeper into the hips, strengthen the spine, strengthen the core. A couple of these. Not being attached to how far forward you can come, and then release the hands. Then one more time, we'll fold forward from the waist. You may find you have a greater range of motion now. You can even point and flex the feet. See if that makes a difference to your flexibility. Then when you're ready, come back up. Place the hands behind the knees and then bring the feet together for butterfly. Clasping the hands around the feet, maybe opening them like they're a book. Lengthening the spine on an inhale, and as you exhale, leaning forward from the hip joint, keeping the spine straight. So you might not come forward that much. You can use the elbows to push down on the inside of the thighs to give you a little bit of assistance. Breathing here, then inhale, return to upright, and then on an exhale, lean over and allow the spine to round this time. Maybe bringing the elbows in front of the shins. Releasing here. Inhale, come back up. Use the hands to bring the knees together. And we'll make our way down to the earth. So feet flat to the floor. Using the strength of the core to release down in super duper slow motion, and then release all the way down. Bring the knees above the ankles, coming into a bridge pose just to release the front of the hip. We did a lot of forward folding, so this is great as a counter pose, stretching out the whole front body. Upper back is wide, hips to the sky, lengthening the lower back. Gently on an exhale, release the seat down to the earth. The next posture is half shoulder stand, so you may need to readjust on your mat. Bring the feet over the head, using the strength of the arms, then placing the hands on the backs of the hips and lifting the legs to the sky. So in half shoulder stand, they're at an angle rather than vertical. And remember, it is shoulder stand and not neck stand. You should have an orange space between the chin and the chest. Deep breathing, enjoying this inversion. It's so good for our bodies. Keeping the neck neutral here. And if it's available to you, allowing the feet to come behind the head for halasana, plow pose. If your feet reach the earth, bring the toes, the tops of the feet to the floor. Keeping that neck neutral. Palms are flat to the earth. And then gently, using the strength of the core, roll out, bringing the legs down, flat to the mat. Moving into fish pose. Hands are underneath the glutes, elbows press into the earth and lift the chest to the sky. Open in the throat. Such a great counter pose for shoulder stand. Gently release to the earth. Release the hands. Bringing the left knee into the chest and then the right, giving yourself a deep squeeze. Moving into happy baby. Knees come to their respective armpits, grabbing the outside of the feet, trying to keep the entire spine on the floor. Then gently release. Shift the hips over to the right of the mat. Bring the knees up to tabletop, coming into reclined twist. So the knees fall to the left side of the mat. Arms can be in cactus. If it feels good for you, look over that right shoulder. Breathing here and enjoying the twist. Knees come back up to the midline, feet to the floor. Then shift the hips over to the left. Allow the feet or the knees to fall over to the right. Arms are in cactus, maybe looking over that left shoulder. Deep and even breaths. Feeling the stretch in the side body. On an inhale, bring the knees back up to the center line. Even out the hips, knees to chest. Maybe do a couple of knee circles in one direction and then in the other. Always feels so good, this move. Then when you're ready, release the legs out one by one. Palms to the sky. Eyes are closed if they're not already. Face is relaxed, whole body relaxed. Shavasana. And start to bring some awareness back into the fingers and toes. Maybe a full body stretch. And when you're ready, knees come into the chest one by one. A few gentle rocks. Come over onto your favorite side. Pause for a moment in the fetal position. And in your own time, gently push up to a comfortable seat. Eyes remain closed. Breath remains still. Bring the palms to the chest. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you again soon on the mat. Thank you.